Indigenous populations and communities are very diverse, from large urban populations to very remote reserves, different nations. And organizations are very diverse, from very small to very large, different industries, nonprofit, government. So I would just offer that I think the critical thing is for the organization to engage with the Indigenous community, whether it is an elder or an Indigenous organization or the community itself, and to work together with that organization to figure out how they can meet the needs of both the organization and the community. You're going to run into obstacles. You're going to run into budget issues or policy issues or this or that. And so I think it is important to have at least one sort of champion at a reasonably senior level, and then to build commitment and embracing the initiative at the frontline leader level.
When you're hiring Indigenous, if you want to do it right, link up with companies. It could be it could be anybody out there that's doing this work, but if you want success, you have to start with cultural awareness. I think knowing our history, because it's not in our textbooks. We're learning our own history right now, but it's more important for industry to know the history of Canada, and what we take them through gives them a deeper understanding of and how to have practical approaches and engagements with our people. Makes it just much more sense for them, a deeper understanding when hiring Indigenous.
I don't think we would have achieved the success we did without engaging with a MIC or some Indigenous kind of community or organization or whatever. Because the reality is, if you're not Indigenous, you don't have the knowledge, you don't have the understanding, and you can't sort of speak to Indigenous people in a way that other Indigenous people can. So, you can try, but you're not going to achieve the kind of results that you would with an Indigenous engagement.
And some of the ways that they can look at the 94 calls to actions and reach out. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to ask questions. We're always here to help those, and we always say, we're here to answer those questions that you might be afraid to ask. And we want to be helpful, because not only is it helpful to our people, but it's also helpful to the companies. So I think there's such great success in collaborating together and tapping into a workforce that, is overlooked often.